Today we're at Wharram Percy in North Yorkshire. It's a deserted medieval village. There's a good car park here, it's free, and we could go straight forward down the hill, turn left to the village. It's only 3/4 of a mile. But what we're going to do, we just head forward and turn right, and that's the start of our walk. And then as the road starts to curve right, you pick up the footpath down the side of the wood and you're heading towards Deepdale then. But while you're up here, just, look to your left and look at the glorious countryside on your left-hand side. And that's going out towards Fridaythorpe in places like that. It's a glorious countryside round here. This is looking over the hill before we turn right and go towards Deepdale. We've just spent 10 more minutes walking forward. The countryside's so nice, you just can't resist it. And look, you can see the old railway line there, and that went under the hill. And in the war, this is where Churchill sheltered one night away from the German bombs. And we'll just give you a look at the other side. We're going to make our way back up the hill now and carry on with our walk. And we've just heard a buzzard on the hillside there. So we're just making our way back up the hill now and going through that gate that I showed you down towards Deepdale. This is worth the 20 minutes that we spent down here having a quick look. It's only 5 minutes down and 10-minute filming and 5-minute back up. Well worth it, but you don't have to. You head straight forward along the Centenary Way. You're walking with taxi drivers today. Here we are, we've got pheasant there, look, cock pheasant. And he's got about 3 hens with him somewhere. I don't know where they are, but they are there, we've seen them. There we are, he's hiding away there now. Just walk to the end of the track until you meet the gate, then turn right. We're having a bit of problem with wind today, so it might be slightly noisy. We're going into Deepdale now. We're having just to take quick shots because the wind's giving us a bit of problem, but we'll show as much as we can for you. Look at that for a shot, we're about 75 feet away now. His ears are well back. You can just see his nose twitching there, look. But he's well camouflaged. There's 2. We've got 2. We've got one about 150 foot back with his ears up. His ears are coming up now, look. Janice is within about 50 feet of him. He's suddenly stood up, his ears are up. And there he is, he's only moved about another 10 feet. Isn't that fantastic? That is unbelievable, and there's one it back. We're only about 200 feet away, we're keeping real quiet, but this is fantastic. You've got to keep quiet, but if you keep quiet, the wildlife is out here. To get one is mint, to get 2 together is absolutely fantastic. And they're quite relaxed, look at that, they know we're here. But we're not making a noise, when we see any animals, we walk real slow towards them and try not to make a noise, and there you are, look at that. That is absolutely fabulous, that. So we're just heading forward now towards Wharram Percy. Heading towards it now and trying to keep out the wind as much as we can. We've got a little spring that feeds the pond in front of the church. Look at that. Little Jenny Wren there. Just outside of water. Fantastic. Just pecking away, you can see us, we're 20 feet away. Just outside a little stream there. Look at that, fantastic. You're not going to get a chance of a wren like this. Just come to the left-hand side, come to the left-hand side. Look, here he is. Side of that green log. See that big green log? Get it all set up ready. This side, come round side of me. You have to come down left. There. He just sat there. Normally you can't get close up to a wren. He's just sat there. You can see us. This is great. He ain't an inch and a half, inch tall, inch and a quarter tall. He's bobbing up and down there. There he is. Don't go in too close because I might just lose him. There. Oh. Just keeps bobbing up and down, up and down, up and down. Whether he's trying to scare insects out, I don't know. I don't know why he keeps bobbing, but, you know, he's not moving. It's usually they're moving and jumping and that all around, but he isn't. He's there, look. See if you can get another shot. You're not going to get a chance of another wren, are you? Yeah, look, he's got something. Do you see that? Got flying. Do you see that fly? Do you see him eat fly? Yeah, that must be why, to scare the flies out, you would think. Bah, what a shot that was. Little fly came out there, keeps bouncing up and down, fly came out, and he ate it. Immediately to your left we've got the pond. Wharram Percy's been excavated since about the 1950s, and this is the restored dam. There was 2 mills, one at either end of the village. And you've got a seat there, look. There's a good spot for a picnic if you want. And if you look up to where the cows are above you, we're on this centrepiece of the, you know, the end of the pond here. But that's where the village was, at the top side of there, or most of it. We've just come into the churchyard, and we can see on the floor, look, we show you there, look, the feathers. Sparrowhawk. He's killed a pigeon, he's flown off with him. But we can see him, and we can see where he's landed, and we're going to see if we can get a shot. We've got a sparrowhawk eating a pigeon here. We're about 100 feet away. He's stood on top of the gill. He's just dragged this about 100 feet. When he saw us come and we've watched where he's landed, and he stood on top of it. There he is, look, plucking it. Janice, keep to one side, don't let him see you. He's off. And there's the kill, he's shot off, but he'll be back. We'll hang around for a bit, see if we can catch him. And here we've got the church and the graveyard below, look. And we're going to take a look inside the church now. And there's one end of the church, look. It's called St Martin's Church. And there's a look at a bit of the roof that's been restored to just give you an idea what it looked like in its heyday. And there's the other end. You know, it's no roof on, but, you know, it just gives you an idea what it were like. And then as you walk out the churchyard, you'll see the remains of a building in front of you, and then one that's still standing. And if there's a plaque just behind, says that there were 700 skeletons retrieved from the church and churchyard, and the scientists have had a look over them, and you know, they're very well preserved, and it gives them ideas of, you know, what the people, how they lived, and obviously how they died. And there's one 11th century skull that shows delicate surgery after it'd been struck on the head by a blunt instrument. You'll see the old farmstead building that's left, and the building on your right. This has been restored. You can see the outline of various houses. It's obviously been knocked down, but they've marked it out so you can see where they were. Wharram Percy ceased to be a village in the late 15th and early 16th century, when the landowners evicted them so they could put sheep on the land. And we're up on the top, and we can see what's left of the medieval longhouses and farmsteads. It's all marked out there, look. And there's the farmstead. We're stood on the top now. It's well worth coming up here and having a look. But if there's a slight bit of noise on, we can't do nothing about the wind. And there's a pond on your right hand side, look. And then just to look at the view up the valley. And that's where we've That's where we've walked down. We make our way forward down the track and we pick up the old railway line now. We walk down to the gate at the bottom, but we're going to turn left. But if you want to do the short version, just go straight over, up the steps, through the gate, and that takes you straight back to the car park. So we start walking down the old railway bed. And we're heading towards the old station there. And then in front of you here, within a few minutes, you'll see the light railhead of the old quarry workings where the bogies used to fill. And that's more or less what's left of it now, look. And the hoppers are above it where the stone or lime came down. Look at this, we've got a tree creeper here. Well, what a day, look at that. Where's he gone? He's gone. And we pass the old railway shed on the right hand side. Then we look and have a look at what's left of the old lime kilns. You know, obviously they're falling down now, which seemed a shame, but you know, they're still there for now. And we're just coming up to the old station now, and that looks like the old water tower there. There's the old station house here, look. Just past the station and just before the houses, you come onto the tarmac track and we turn right immediately uphill. We walk about 50 yards and turn right into Wharram Old Chalk Quarry. And you'll see here we've got some, you know, rare breed sheep, and they're to keep the, you know, the grass at a proper length to encourage the insects and bird life. There's been quarrying at Wharram Percy since 1919. And we've been lucky enough to see a buzzard, but you know, we haven't been able to get him on film yet, but there's a few birds of prey about. We walk to the end of the quarry and then make our way back, turn right, and we're going to go back up the road and carry on. Just as you hit the village of Wormley Street, look on your right hand side and you'll see the houses, and just before the first house you turn right through the hedge and that takes you back to the car park. You know, it's about another mile or so and we're going to go out onto the road, but that's the way to go. Back out on the Centenary Way again. Yeah, and just as we're walking along, we've looked down there. Look, we've come across a mole. He's dead, obviously, but he hasn't been dead long. He's in pretty good nick. See his giant claws and his nose. Amazed to see one on surface, so no damage on him. At the end of the field, just head forward towards the trees in the farm, along the tarmac road. Well, we hope you've enjoyed your walk in North Yorkshire. It's just a tiny bit of it. We're going back through North Grimstone, calling at the butchers as you get to the village. It's just on your left. The butcher's called Meet Your Needs, and there's some very good meat there. We're going to stock up and take that back to York with us, and then we're going to just have a quick pint. We're just going to have a quick pint in the pub, or possibly a meal, and then go home. Well, you've been walking with a taxi driver today. Here we are then. When you finish your walk, come over and see Cliff and Alison, and they'll give you a good deal on some meat. This is excellent meat. I use it myself. Right, when you finish your walk and making your way back towards the A64, why not call at the Middleton Arms at North Grimstone? The landlord will make you very welcome. If you are hungry, why not try Sunday lunch? Served between 12 and 2. Children very welcome. Or come back on Friday evening, and as you can see, 2 steaks, there's a 2 steak special for £19.95.